Hey Cowboys Nation, let's go for another round of news from America's team. Watch until the end so you don't miss any news and sign up to stay tuned for everything that comes out about the Cowboys.
Bill Belichick, Dallas Cowboys bombshell revealed. The pressure might have just gotten even higher on Dallas Cowboys head coach Mike McCarthy in 2024. McCarthy is entering his lame duck season, with an edict from Jerry Jones to advance beyond last season's disappointing 48-32 blowout loss to the Green Bay Packers in the NFC wildcard, after winning the NFC East crown. While McCarthy is set to coach the final year of his contract with no guarantees beyond it, a bombshell ESPN report from Seth Wickersham and Don Van Natta Jr. reveals that former New England Patriots six-time Super Bowl winning head coach Bill Belichick would relish the opportunity to coach the Cowboys. He has told Confidants, Wickersham and Van Natta write of Belichick. He would be interested in coaching the Dallas Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, and New York Giants. This offseason, before Jones announced that McCarthy would return to the Cowboys sideline this fall, but without a contract extension, there had been reports of various degrees of mutual interest between Belichick and Dallas. Now, it would seem that if the Cowboys fail once again to live up to lofty expectations in 2024, that at least from Belichick's vantage point, there's a real possibility the 72-year-old could be coaching in Dallas in 2025. Jerry Jones on relationship with Bill Belichick. Belichick and the New England Patriots mutually agreed to part ways 3 days after the Packers handed the Cowboys yet another disappointing postseason exit, but Jones ultimately committed to bring McCarthy back for at least one more year. However, Jones hasn't closed the door on eventually bringing Belichick to Dallas. "I know him personally and I like him," Jones told Yahoo Sports' Yori Epstein in January. "There's no doubt in my mind we could work together. None. Belichick was passed over for the Atlanta Falcons vacancy and spoke to the Washington Commanders, who hired former Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, but ultimately wound up on the outside looking in for the 2024 season. Given that the Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles with Nick Sirianni, and New York Giants with Brian Daboll all facing varying degrees of coaching uncertainty beyond 2024, Belichick could have a legitimate chance of getting his wish of landing in the NFC East next season. Next man up, big jump needed from Schoonmaker. Like many teams around the league, the Cowboys sent a strong message in free agency. However, it wasn't in the form of adding a lot of players or keeping the majority of their own. What seems clear for the Cowboys is their willingness to give opportunities to younger players on the team. This roster is loaded with players still on their rookie contracts that haven't had that breakout season just yet. Could it be this year? The Cowboys can only hope, especially considering they signed just 2 players in free agency and currently have just 6 picks in the NFL draft later this month. So the Cowboys have to lean on some of their previous drafts and free agent signings to help fill out this roster. The past. In just one season, Schoonmaker had an interesting rookie year. While injuries were a factor, especially in the offseason and training camp, he played all 17 games and won more in the playoffs. So he was available, but didn't have the sudden impact as the Cowboys might have hoped for a second-round pick. There were some other factors that went into play, including Jake Ferguson's explosion in the offense in his second season. Ferguson is second tight end, especially one that is considered a strong blocker. That will keep him on the field. If he can take that jump from a confidence-knowledge standpoint, this could be a much better season for Schoonmaker. The future. Considering that Ferguson is just 1 year ahead of him, Schoonmaker will have his work cut out for him to eventually become the starting tight end. That doesn't mean he can't carve out an important role in the offense and provide a stellar 1-2 punch with Ferguson. Staying healthy, getting comfortable with Dak Prescott and being a dominant run blocker will be vital for Schoonmaker to thrive not only this year but over the next 3 seasons. Jordan Travis Faz compares outcome Dak Prescott do Dallas Cowboys antes do draft da NFL. The 2024 NFL Draft is on the horizon. Of those expecting to hear their name called of the course of the 3-day event is former Florida State quarterback Jordan Travis. The former Seminole, despite suffering a season-ending injury late in his 2023 campaign, is drawing a strong comparison ahead of the draft. In the piece, ESPN listed Travis's most frequent comparison to Cleveland Browns backup quarterback Tyler Huntley. One comparison Travis got, though, was to Dallas Cowboys starting quarterback Dak Prescott. He reminds me a little bit of Dak Prescott coming out of Mississippi State. Doc wasn't a refined passer at the time, but he got the job done and was a gamer. This kid has some of that to him, a source told ESPN's Jeremy Fowler. Essentially, Travis is a raw prospect needing to get into the right system to both develop his game as a passer and get the opportunity to show his ability to win games. He led the Seminoles to a 10-3 record in the 2022 college football season and topped that by going 11-0 while healthy last year. Travis helped lead a turnaround in Tallahassee by willing Florida State to big wins. Relatively small frame with a wonky windup but a good release on the ball. He's got a shot, an AFC personnel evaluator said to ESPN. What Travis needs is the right opportunity. He spent 6 years in college football, 5 of those in Garnet and Gold. Like Prescott with the Cowboys, landing at a team with the right fit is what Travis needs heading into the NFL fresh off a season-ending injury.